It starts with a wizard. He's old and he's wise, and though he is small, there is strength in his size. The Goliath from the west, he's not smart, but he's strong. The Flagon Slayers, this is their song. Now the warlock, he's lost all the memories he had, 'cause to deal with a demon went seemingly bad. And the druid on his quest to save the shadow plane, when you hear tortured souls, you'll remember his name. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on. The cleric, she heals in the light of the moon. She wants to find purpose, it'll come someday soon. Then the rogue draws his sword, metals clashing again. When it comes to a duel, he will always win. They're the Flagon Slayers, they drink and they fight. They're the Flagon Slayers, by day or by night. They're the Flagon Slayers, and this is their song. They're the Flagon Slayers, the adventure goes on.
How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Welcome. Gosh dang.
Good, we're doing
Now-
good.
Caleb, now I know what it feels like to be you when we do those recaps.
Oh God, which we missed last week. So
No, if
I
we had one of those
completely
recaps.
forgot too. It didn't even cross my mind.
we'll do
Anyway.
we'll do a double this week.
In case you missed last week, the party, after almost being destroyed by some unknown assailant, traveled north to
Remembered what happened last week.
traveled north to find some answers, maybe do some Ashari stuff, maybe do some Wood Elf stuff, who knows. Along their journey, they ran into a group of bullywogs that they gave a shiny dragon scale to in order to have safe passage. And then as they traveled, they ran into a strange-looking squirrel that only 3 of our members could see, being Zygon, Animus, and Thia. Following the squirrel, they entered into a small clearing where a strange cloaked figure was standing, seemingly waiting for them. And that is where we will pick up tonight's session. So, it's around 9 at night. This figure is standing directly in front of you. Zygon, Animus, and Thia. Lochnar is hanging in the back, if I recall, and then Anzu has just phased through the barrier, almost losing a foot in the process.
Checks out, yeah.
It's very on brand for him.
I'm gonna reach over.
I can't hear you. You're talking too soft.
Oh, sorry.
Gosh dang. Professionalism.
Just turn me up in Discord. You probably have the settings all.
Well, no, you weren't even like.
Oh, was I
That
not
wasn't-
registering?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say anything,
Oh, okay.
if you will.
I'm going to reach over to Lochnar. I'm gonna reach my hand out since we just made a bet on who made it to the figure first, and we found out that I was right, and Zygon made it there first. So I want my 20 gold.
Lochnar, very annoyed, hands it to him.
You should be more annoyed that Thea didn't make it there first. I just want to point that out.
What would make you? He was hasted. In what world would I have made it there first?
Well, he was the
Shut up.
one who voted on you. He had high hopes.
$20. 20.
And you owe me a
I don't-
drink.
So this figure, standing in front of you, the squirrel scampers up and rests on her shoulder. You see her face. It's kind of gaunt and sunken in. The skin is pulled tight against the bone. You can also see she's got, the 2 eyes, and then on her forehead she's got another 2 eyes, and then another 2 eyes. She's got 6 eyes total. And you see, she puts the hood of the cloak down. Long white hair, pointed ears, elfin in nature, and she just kind of scratches the squirrel on the top of its head.
Okay, no, I'm out of here.
Does everybody
nope,
see the squirrel master here?
Wait, we can see it now?
No, technically Anzu and Lochnar can't see it.
This is too creepy for me. I don't want to deal with
Yes, the squirrel master. I'm assuming that's a tree.
Anzu, we're all looking at something. I just want
This
to know. you
figure
can't see
just
it.
waves her hand out, and now Lochnar and Anzu, you two can see this creepy.
Wow, she's very ugly.
I told you. Wait, I didn't tell her that. Never mind.
it. This is all kinds of nope. I don't want to deal with this. This is too creepy.
She's also about 8 feet tall, so she's around Lochnar's height.
Is she spidery?
Double
Does she look
no.
like spidery?
Double no.
No, she doesn't look like a spider.
I don't like that.
Hello, how are you?
We made it this far. Do we address her?
Anzu already kind of did for us, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
Oh, wondrous spirit of the forest, how do you do?
She just kind of smiles, and you see as she smiles, fangs pop out from underneath as the skin is pulled a little tighter, and she's got these 2 pointed fangs that hang over her bottom lip.
Is it the
You vampire.
No, it's not. It's not.
Aw.
Can I make like a check? Can I make some kind of check to see if I like recognize any what is she?
Vibe check.
She's like an elf, but not.
Make either a history check or a religion check.
I'm gonna do history. Actually, yeah, history. Let's see. Oh, it's not good. It's not good. It's a 9.
9. The only things that are being conjured in your head are the evil tales of drow and other more bad elves that your mom would tell you to scare you to go to bed or to mind.
Do I know what she is? Have I ever seen something like that before?
Make a history or a religion check.
History it is.
Should we all?
If you, I don't think Lochnar's gonna know.
16.
Okay.
No,
16.
So what is
14,
it?
14.
We're making history checks.
History or religion.
14 history.
Okay.
Oh, you're fucked. All right.
The other thing Lochner needs to know is that this movie is fucking creepy, and he doesn't like the look of it.
24.
That's the only history check he needs.
Zygon, what'd you get?
It was a religion check, and it was an 11.
Okay.
It was religious.
So, Anzu and Animus, you two, you don't necessarily recognize this person, but she conjures up stories of hags. Hags would live in forests like this. They have the drawn-in, wrinkled old skin that looks like over-tanned leather. That sort of thing.
How old does she look?
That's rude.
Vibe check.
She looks ancient and yet young at the same time. She's got this strange sort of air
Like a bow
around
tie.
her.
That's
feel.
the most
I get it.
That is the most untrustworthy type of person. Is someone who looks ancient but
Well-
is trying to look young. That's a no-go.
She just showed us her fangs, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming
or
we're
like-
gonna roll initiation. Am I right?
No.
Initiation.
Roll initiation. Let the
I will
hazing begin.
initiation this here. Initiate.
It's only part right with the fresh.
Ahem.
So she did. All she did whenever. Oh wait, never mind. Go ahead.
Does my appearance confuse you?
Well, it's more so I don't know what you're looking at. You have 6 eyes and.
You're quite clever. One moment, and you see she starts moving her hands. Thea, you recognize this as cleric sort of movement with the hands.
Don't like that.
And you hear her small uttering. It sounds like it's cleric spells or maybe even druid spells.
Oh,
So you
cool.
see, just out of nowhere in this forest comes in a deer, just like this full-grown stag, and she just goes over to it, and she puts her hand on it, and then it just, the essence of this thing begins to absorb into her as it rots and decays away until there's nothing left but dust.
But why?
I suppose that doesn't make us friends.
You can see as she's absorbing the life energy of this deer, her skin is becoming more alive, I guess would be the best way of saying it. Her cheeks plump up. Her hair goes from white to like this really fine, like sunshine blonde. And she now only has 2 eyes. And she now stands in front of you, beautiful elven woman, high elf in nature. Is this perhaps a little better?
Somehow it's worse.
I think this is much worse. Can we go home now, guys?
Seems
I don't think
worse.
this is good.
Why did you lead us here?
Well, I didn't lead you here. My little friend did.
It was not part of you though.
No. No.
So what is your little friend?
A spirit, an agent of mine.
And what are you?
I don't think that our relationship is to that level yet.
I'm sorry. We have sort of a to-do list of things to do. A catastrophic to-do list, if I may.
Yes,
add.
I'm well aware, Professor Zook, of your predicament.
Oh, of course, everyone fucking knows us, and then we're not allowed to know anything
Well,
about
it's
them.
more so they know me. I'm
Well,
very
you're
popular.
quite famous,
Yes, I am.
at least among the circles that I run.
And we're not allowed to know those, sir. I just really feel like this introduction could go so much smoother if you just let us know.
I believe you met a sibling of mine a few months ago.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Sibling.
Who is your sibling?
Ah, yes! It was the butcher man.
Meat Man.
No.
He
No.
does like meat.
He does.
He loves meat.
No, I'm afraid I don't know who you're talking about there. No, he loves his little games of interdimensional travel, and it's quite juvenile, really. No bells are being rung.
Oh, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of people we've met. You're gonna have to.
I believe
I mean,
he
What was
had
the-
We've met
I
a couple
believe-
of them.
he had you fight some strange, horrifying creature on some far-off plane of existence.
No way.
Yes.
uh,
He told me to do it, and
Is
I'll
your
point at
brother the
him.
gatekeeper?
Is that what he's calling himself these days?
No way. I already love her. This is amazing.
Why are we so important?
How do you love?
Because the gatekeeper's amazing.
I just don't know if I agree.
Well, I don't know about her.
It's Caleb's favorite NPC is the gatekeeper.
It is. It's my favorite NPC.
So what do you want with us?
Oh, my dear, I don't want anything with you. But I am under the impression that you are on your way to where exactly?
Thea?
Some.
I don't think our relationship is there yet.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh,
Burn.
ちんちんもないですからな。
Well, if anyone is in the rights to say where we're going, it would be Thea. So
What do you want to know?
Oh, I just want to know what your plans are for that little village.
I don't even know what they're.
Insightful. Abby, I cannot find my notes with the name of that village on it. I know you have
I
it.
couldn't
That's why I
remember
was hoping you would
exactly what
say
it is.
because I have
No, I wasn't going to
completely.
tell her.
I have all the notebooks moved that I was using, and now I'm like lost in my notes. Sorry, people. I'm
I'm
adjusting.
going to tell Jacob, but I'm not
Yes.
going to tell her.
Yes, thank you.
Ask Garuta.
Oh yeah, I just found my note of it. Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
you know that
Okay.
moment when you
She
find a
doesn't get
note.
to know.
Well, I know we're being a bit cagey. And I know that this whole situation is probably strange. I'm sorry to come to you in such a way, but traveling great distances really wears me out.
Is your distance a different timeline or a different plane or like what are we talking about here?
I never really thought of it like that, but I guess so, yes.
That was a yes to multiple questions. Was it just all of the above?
Well, you see, people like me, we don't really see things as a straight line.
Oh,
We see things more of a circle.
it's my favorite reference, and I believe your brother made a similar one.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we are more alike than I think. Well, I was going to help you, but since we're not wanting to share much,
Whoa.
I guess I...
Whoa. Whoa.
What kind of help could you possibly offer us?
Well, I know the village that you're about to go into, even though some of you don't wish to tell me. And, I know of what happened. Don't ask me how I know, just know that I do.
Thea, this is all you. I don't want to do this to you. I don't want to be the one to make this decision, but you know, I'm really
And let me
bad.
speak to her.
Really
Just-
bad at this.
So you know what happened.
Well, not 100%. I'm not here all the time, but I know the gist.
So you know what wiped them out.
I know of what wiped them out, yes.
Do you know anything about where it came from?
Well,
What causes it?
unfortunately, I believe it came from where I call home.
What's that?
Oh, I wouldn't want to bore you with details. Just know that you are in a multiverse, not in a little tiny universe like you think. As I'm sure my brother showed you, there are many worlds outside of this one.
We did get to see that. You don't need to condescend and say that you would bore me when I'm directly asking you for that information.
Oh, you're fiery. I like it. Well, on my world, people like you do not exist anymore.
But they did once.
A few thousand years ago, yes.
And they were wiped out by something, I'm assuming.
Unfortunately, yes. And I'm afraid it has made its way here. You see, Thea,
Okay.
I study aspects of humanoids such as yourselves, My interests lie in how you have life and how you can lose it. And of the little glorious red liquid that keeps you alive. You
Take a
see,
step back.
um, the disease, as you call it, that has caused the extinction of elves on my plane is now here. And it is in my best interest to end it here, since one of my misguided acolytes was the one that created it in the first place.
Oh,
How responsible.
Thea, psst. Thea. Did you
What?
know? Did you know that only elves could get it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Carry on.
then who? One of your acolytes?
Yes, unfortunately.
I'm gonna keep getting bogged down in the details of how and why this happened.
Well, I can at least give you a little bit of background, I guess. It's only fair. So, a few thousand years ago on my world, go ahead, Brady.
Oh no, I'm messing with the light in my video. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. I thought you were raising your
He's
hand
like,
to ask a
"Hello?"
question.
I could see how you would think that.
That's
Yeah,
alright.
me.
my bad.
Excuse me, Professor. Well, a few thousand years ago on my world, a disease was ravaging the local elven population, along with the human and the dwarven populations. I began studying it and found that it was affecting the dwarves and the elves in a much more rapid way than the humans, and in a much more severe way. You see, elves live longer than any other race, usually across almost every plane of existence. The cells that allow them to do such a thing is what the disease latches onto. Um, through my research, I discovered that the humans that were being affected had elven ancestors, and the dwarves, well, the same reason it affected the elves, it affected the dwarves, but they're a much hardier breed. I began formulating a cure, but one of my students became misguided and furthered the disease, making it much worse. Before I could
What's
do
their name?
much,
Who?
their name, it does not matter. They're long gone now. But someone from your world came to mine and somehow resurrected this disease. I assume the reason it hasn't spread so much is because it doesn't work as well on this plane. But it's only a
Is
matter
there
of
a
time.
reason for that?
It's a lot of divine gobbledygook that you don't need to know. It would just bog down and be very hard to explain. But in simple terms, each reality functions on a different axis, some closer to the others, which is why you're able to travel into your Feywild or your Shadowfell. My world is so far off the axis of yours that the disease itself can't function as well. Now, if the person who brought it to your world gets enough samples, they might be able to adjust it to work here. And that is why that village is incredibly dangerous. It was the testing site.
This Curie we're working on.
Yes,
This-
but my researchers have to start anew here.
How can you help me?
Well, my best advice is for you to go into the village. You should be able to find some sort of samples. I don't know. Perhaps it's in the water. If I was going to spread disease, I'd put it in the drinking water.
So if I were to bring you some water, maybe some other artifacts that I can
Anything from that village
rummage
is
with.
helpful.
How do I know you're not fucking?
I've already failed one world. I don't want to fail another.
What's your name?
On my world, I have many names. But here, you can call me Winnogear.
Hey Jacob, if you were to spell Winnogear.
Spell it phonetically.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is it WINNOW gear?
Winnogeer.
Oh, I was gonna say Gear.
I was really about to write that in my player's handbook. Oh.
New one.
Got paid.
Anzu is gonna take out his to-do list, and with all the other shit like world ending, assassin chasing, I'm just gonna add disease.
Disease. Put
I
it on
mean,
the list.
This has been on the list.
Can I ask Thea? What if you get it?
Then I get it.
I would suggest not drinking the water.
What if it's not the water though? Like I don't really want Thea to get this. Like if it's been this disease that's like something that she's currently trying to solve, I don't want her to die off before she solves it, and I don't really want her to die off at all. So
I assume that she's immune to it, considering her mother was one of the victims.
I'm just saying, take caution, not really wanting to lose her.
Well, you do raise a good point. And she pulls out from her cloak. She pulls out this small bundle of this weird blue paste-looking stuff. And she hands it to you, Thea. Eat the whole thing within the day. You should be fine. At least for now. It doesn't taste
Okay.
very good. I would try mixing it with things.
Thank you. And how will I find you?
I'll be here.
Same place?
Yes, I can stay here for a few more days. I'll have to return to my world soon, though. I'll be back.
I'll just kind of nod at her and look at the weird bundle in my hand. We just go back to camp then. Does she disappear? Does she just stand there with her squirrel?
Yeah, she just stands there with her squirrel.
Menacingly.
Are you walking back to camp right now?
Can I insight check her?
There we go.
Sure.
Why haven't I done this already?
I was gonna say nobody has
Just
done that.
as-
This is a very insane.
I know. I was like I should be checking something. 19 plus 9 is 28.
Okay. She seems sincere.
Well, okay. For sure. I'll just look at her and be like, just say, thank you. And then I think we're going to head back to camp if that's all right.
Do what you need to.
Then I'm going to turn and walk away.
Okay.
We're gonna go with her.
Is she just frozen there catatonic?
We're,
No, she's not frozen there. She's just
she's
standing there, watching. You,
I'm gonna go. Yes,
Anzu, make a perception check.
Yes, sir. 5, sir.
She's creepy, man.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back and use a stone.
Okay. Animus, make a perception check.
Okay. 17.
17. She has not blinked this entire time.
That's unsettling.
Hold on, let me just write a note. Doesn't blink. There we go.
Not one of her 6 eyes.
No.
Zygon's going to quickly follow, so he's not the last one alone with her.
What? Now I'm gonna be the last one alone with her. Before I follow Zygon out and look at her, please don't let her die. Like, that would just really suck if she got this sickness. So you better not be fucking this up. And I'm gonna follow Zygon out.
Alright. So you guys make it back to where you were having camp. What are you gonna do? You still need to get camp assembled. You kind of rushed.
Yeah, we did. Oh, the Pegasus is back at camp. Thank God we didn't just leave him behind.
Leomans. Tiny hut.
Okay.
Lochnar would like to just prop up against a tree with his flagon, and he's just mentally toasted, and he's just kind of annoyed at the fact that every single time we come across something really creepy, that maybe we should run away. We go like and converse with that, and then it gets just creepier. Anyway, that's Lochnar's just in a mood.
Okay. Lochnar's in a mood.
I'm gonna put some logs down. Produce flame.
Did you have to say it like that?
Yeah, because Hunter said Lehman's tiny hut like that, so I decided that I would need to say produce flame like that.
I see.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you produce flame.
That was the weirdest burp.
Oh, jeez. Who's taking first watch?
Anzu Zokwer.
Lochnar will.
Oh.
Anzu Zook can't.
Lochnar already called theirs.
Anzu Zook can't walk outside.
Lochnar, I would like to remind you have a point of exhaustion.
Well, you can look outside the hut.
I can take the first watch. I've got nothing
I'll
against me right
I'll
now.
let Anzu take.
Do it all.
Hey, there we go.
Okay, Anzu can take first one.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys settle in, the fire coming to smolders, kind of grappling with the fact that you've met another strange being in this strange world. Anzu, I need you to make a perception check.
Yep, sir. 18.
18. A lot of creatures inhabit this forest, and a lot of them are quite large, as you hear. Nothing approaches the campsite, but you do hear a few large footfalls nearby.
Does the hut covers the campfire, right? Like it blocks.
It can, but if you do that, all the smoke will collect inside the hut.
All right, so it's
I'm
right
guessing
outside.
there's like an open
All
ring at the top
die.
or something. I don't know. But yeah, like looking in, I guess I could make it black, but looking out, it's clear to us.
Mhm.
So,
I'll.
Like tinted windows.
Can I say I put the campfire in like a little campfire hole outside the hut because we know how Lumen's tiny hut works.
Yep.
So, most minimal amount of light, Survivor Man style.
Yeah.
what's the point of having a campfire?
Well, no, because it still gives us heat, but like the
don't
light
mind you.
itself won't attract things.
It's also like early spring, so it's probably kind of cold in the forest at night.
All right.
All right, who's taking next watch? Who's Anzu waking up?
Oh, okay.
I can take the next 2 because I just need to sleep for like 4 hours. And it's not even sleep.
I'm a shaker.
Okay.
I would like to wake up early for the last watch, even if I'm not taking the last watch.
Okay. So, Thea, you get snapped out of your meditative state as Anzu shakes you. And it is now your turn to watch. I need you to make a perception check. Ooh, Hunter, big strong man, opening ice cream.
Not even gonna take a lick or anything.
It's a natty one.
Better man than I.
On that one. Okay. So, Thea.
It was a little cocked, but it was mostly a natty one, so I'm taking it.
Thea, you have now been given a semi-face to the thing that destroyed your mom, and you've seen in others, and it kind of occupies your mind as you take watch. The large footfalls of beasts and other things around you don't really even faze you as you contemplate what this next adventure may or may not bring. But despite your lack of attention, nothing really happens.
Okay.
All right, so now it is about 7 in the morning. So I'm assuming Animus, you want to wake up now?
Yeah, I just want to wake up before the last watch is over.
Okay.
Anzu's old ass probably waking up too, doing his stretches.
Yep. Okay. Lochnar, are you still asleep? Yeah.
Yes,
And
he's
then-
very groggy.
Zygon, I assume you're also sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the 3 of you are awake in the early morning hours. The sun begins to peek through the large canopy of the trees. What are you doing?
Preparing my spells for the day.
Stretching.
Okay. Hans is getting that good stretch in. What about you, Animus?
I might do a thing. Okay, so I found that purple and red polka dot mushroom in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
I want to cast locate animals or plants as a ritual and look for more of those. Just around the
Okay.
campsite, nothing too far.
Okay.
How many can I find?
Make a nature check with advantage.
22.
So, using your druidic talents, you begin looking around the forest, and you find 3 of these mushrooms. You kind of get the sense that these things aren't super common,
Okay.
but perhaps in this forest they just grow a little bit more.
Damn it.
Fair enough. I also want to just keep an eye out because I know that this is a dangerous forest compared to any of the ones we walked through on Taldori.
Yeah, it's a lot older.
A little tough.
So another hour passes, Anzu, you finish your stretches.
What's Thea doing?
Thea, I assume, is finishing her spells for the day. Lochnar and Zygon, you two awaken around 8. The campfire is now completely out. Lochnar, you no longer have a point of exhaustion.
Can I make some breakfast with some of our rations, and maybe if I can just find like a couple edible mushrooms around camp that are just no special abilities, just some normal edible mushrooms.
Okay. Yeah, you make a nice little breakfast stew. That it's passable food.
Okay.
It'll feed people.
I'll hand a bowl to Anzu, who's stretching around, and I'll grab a little bowl and hand one to Thea, and then put one next to Zygon while he's waking up, and then get one to Lochnar as he's waking up as well.
Okay. You guys all have food, not having to factor in Braun's bad stomach. Well, yeah, you guys have breakfast.
You know, Animus, you should really start stretching.
What would I be stretching for?
You know, you have to keep yourself fit. Look, watch. Watch how, look. I'm 275 years old, right? Look. And then I'll bend over and touch my toes.
Make a dexterity check.
Yes, sir.
Imagine.
7.
So he says watch, and he begins to bend over, and you just hear like all the bones in his back just cracking and grinding, but he eventually gets down and touches his toes.
Anzu,
See?
no, you're doing a good job. You're doing
Yes.
a good job. Are you okay?
I need to go lay down.
Okay, all right. You do that. Maybe I'll take up stretching. I'm not gonna take up stretching, Jacob.
It's very good for you.
Maybe I'll take up stretching, Anzu. Can I vibe check Thea?
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Is this the real Thea?
This is the real one.
No, I just. Oh, that was a pretty good vibe check.
Good one.
24.
24.
Natty 18.
I don't know, what is Thea's mental state? How is she kind of behaving this morning?
Maybe outwardly. I don't know how well you're hiding stuff. I'm more looking at your outward, like.
I would say the vibes are ready to get a move on, get down to business. A little angry, a little upset, a little frustrated. Not sure what to do with all those feelings. Just kind of generally, just not too happy. And also just like, gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, fair enough.
So determined.
You know, it is what it is.
I will put out whatever's left of the campfire
Okay.
and start packing up some of our simple things like cookware and stuff. So probably put I put it as much as I can in the bag, but I think I can put some on the Pegasus, a little saddle on him or something. Not saddle, but like a little carry bag, you know.
All right, Thea, go ahead and make a survival check for me to see how your navigation skills are.
Yeah, 16.
All right. So, following the map that was given to you, you begin traveling, going a little bit more northern than what you first anticipated. You eventually see towering over the forest is this large mountain range. You guys get into this cleared area. It looks as though there was some construction going on here. It looked like it was going to be a large manor, but weather and time have reclaimed this area as a ruin sits in the middle of the forest, partially buried under the nature that it once plowed over. But you guys continue on.
Love it.
Thea, I need you to make another survival check. Or a nature... Well, no, survival. Not nature. Nature's too easy.
No, not for me. 15.
15. All right, so you begin hearing this sound of steady moving water as a babbling brook begins flowing. And you see through the trees this clearing of, and you see the brook or the river, the small sort of, probably could walk, do a full-on Robin Hood Men in Tights and be on the east and west bank at the same time. But it's noticeable. So if you guys, Caleb, if you want to pull up the battle map. So you guys exit through the forest, and you find this what was once a village is now a ruin of some sort. Let me get rid of that's not accurate. Okay. So there is water here. So this is where the river is, right here.
Go under the bridge.
And there's a small footbridge that leads into the village.
Is that approximately 10 feet or approximately 20 feet?
These are all 10 feet squares.
So the bridge is approximately 20 feet.
Yeah.
Wide.
Yeah. So it's so that carts can move in and out. Thea, you see these strange figures that are kind of just milling around the once great village, and you see that there's buildings that are just toppled over and just almost dust, except for there's one building still standing to the far left. But you see these figures, and they're just emaciated, nasty. Their skin has been turned like just all shriveled, much like a dying plant. And they're just kind of shambling around through the village.
They look like elves.
Yeah, they look like elves. They've got the pointed ears, but their hair is falling out. Just they look more like ghouls or zombies now.
Kind of like my mother in that one vision, whatever I was checking. Like,
Yeah, kind of.
Organizes cave.
Yeah, actually, very similar.
When I woke up and she was dead in my face.
It's incredibly similar. Actually, make a wisdom saving throw.
For sure. Ooh. It's a nice 13.
13. It's a little unsettling. You get a little flashbacks, and yeah, it's messing with you a little bit, but you kind of resolve to figure something out.
Well, can I like see, or is there anyone that doesn't, like anyone around that one building standing? Can I see anyone dead
No.
or alive, I guess?
No.
What are these things
I'm still
milling
picking
around?
my spells. So I'm not
They're elven zombies.
Love
Can I vibe check the zombies?
Sure.
I kind of want to know, like, are they
any-
like zombies that are going to be dangerous, or do they seem like they're just kind of the milling about type, you know?
Okay.
That wasn't actually. That's decent. 14.
14. These are. You see that they're just kind of wandering. They're not really going anywhere without a purpose. Like this one clearly sees you guys, and just kind of
I was
moves.
about to ask.
Just kind of moves this way.
Interesting. Sorry.
Thea, all you, but I want to point out to the group, maybe don't attack any zombies. That's the only point I want to make before we go into this village. I feel like it's a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree.
You also
I look
see
around.
as you're looking around, you see these large black and purple crystals that are growing out of the ground. You also see a long abandoned well next to what looks like a small, perhaps a creek or a pond, and then of course the large building off to the left.
Can I like walk over to the well and see if anything looks wrong with the water, or does it just well?
Make a investigation check. Does anyone else want to move up with her or no?
I want
I'll
to
go
move
to
up
the building.
with her.
You're wanting to go to the building?
Yeah.
So you get about right here.
Yeah, I'm wanting to go to the building too.
6.
Okay.
Yeah,
A 6? Zygon, where are you headed?
Not good.
We'll stay on the bridge.
Okay,
And
Zygon's
pull
gonna
my
stay on the-
maul out and just kind of like chill.
Okay. So Thea, you take a sample of this water. You don't drink it, of course. It seems fine. Of course, it's kind of stagnant because it hasn't, like, no one's used this well in hundreds of years. But it doesn't seem to really have anything in it or be cursed in any way or anything. And then you also see this pond, crystal clear. For the most part, as it gets deeper, it's hard to see down. But
Okay. Can I like walk up to one of the crystals, like the one
Okay.
like to my left,
okay,
and just study it a little bit? Like, do I notice anything about it? It's just like something natural growing, or does it seem
okay.
unnatural and menacing in any way?
So you go up to one of the crystals. So you get close to one of the zombies, and it doesn't really seem to mess with you. And then Zygon's still chilling. So I need Thea and Animus to make either religion or nature checks.
Same for me.
Okay.
I'm just oh, not bad.
Nature it
Natural
is.
18, so 19 either way.
Okay.
I got a 20, not natural.
Which skills are you guys using?
I'm using nature. I got a 12 plus 8.
Okay.
We'll do religion.
Okay. So, Thea, in the myths of the Moonweaver, there's legend that during the last great calamity, there were originally 3 moons, and one of the moons was destroyed in the battle and actually crashed down onto the world. Legend states that the shards of this moon were infused with the Moonweaver's energy and created moon crystals that are used primarily in healing Um, Animus, these things are they're infused with a sort of magic, but these are not in this area. This sort of growth, like this, first of all, the crystal growth on the floor of a forest essentially is not common at all. And you both see kind of these crystals glow with like this faint energy, and you see it glows with a purplish hue, but every so often that hue gets a little darker, and then it like recedes back, and then it just kind of it's pulsating the whole time.
Thea, what are you getting?
Could
from this?
I just like try and like have I touched it yet? Or just
I don't
looked
know.
at
Have
it?
you?
Okay, can I touch it?
Ooh,
Yeah.
wait.
Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me with advantage.
There
Wait.
it is. There it is.
Wait.
And
Have you been eating the paste stuff that she gave you?
I was about to say I forgot to talk. I was busy picking my spells, but I would have eaten that, right?
I feel
Okay,
like that was
I'll
a
allow it.
pretty.
She told me to.
That was a
Priority.
pretty big
I'll allow
thing.
it. Just
Tell
remember
her!
to say stuff like that. Okay, you
I'm
have advantage.
sorry. I was thinking about picking my spells, but I'm still doing it. I promise you. It's like I would have mixed it in with Caleb's shitty food he gave me.
Yeah.
It's not shitty. It's just bang average.
Constitution saving. What was it? Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Just regular?
You have advantage.
Okay. It's like I thought I heard. Okay. I like that. 17.
17. So you touch it, and you see it kind of morph around your hand as you get further into it, and you feel something begin to like grow on your arm, and you pull it away, and you see that the crystal started to form around your arm, and it begins to sink into your skin,
No.
and then it recedes out for some sort of reason. You don't know why, but it just shoots off and bursts into dust.
I don't like that.
Dare
Thea.
Anzu to touch it.
So touching it is a no-no.
I'm still heading to the building.
I'm gonna like yell out to the group, don't touch the crystals. Don't do it. It might be fine for them because they're not elves, they don't know, but
Just to be
chance
safe.
it.
Thea, I actually have a spell I wanted to try out, and I want you to let me know what you want me to get from it. So I'm gonna cast Commune with Nature at
Okay.
level 5.
Okay.
Basically, Abby, you can choose. It's a slight list, so just listen for a sec. You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. We're not in a cave, so that doesn't matter. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, such as dungeons and towns. But basically, like, since this isn't like a built town, this is like it would more mean like a town, like a city.
Like a mon.
Yeah. So, like, because this is like a town within a forest,
Right.
it would still...
Wonderful.
Yeah. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice, and this is where I want you to choose. Any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. Terrain and bodies of water. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. Powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. Influence from other planes of existence. Buildings, for example, you could determine the location of a powerful undead in the area. The location of a major source of safe drinking water, and the location of any nearby towns.
Okay, how many do I get to pick again?
3.
Just 1?
3.
3. Definitely influences from other planes of existence.
Okay.
Something about fiends, celestials, undead.
Yeah, powerful
that the same
celestials,
thing?
fae, fiends, elementals, or undead are all in one category. So basically, any of those I would be able to see. And then one more.
And then, so that, um,
The other one would be prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, and then terrain or bodies of water.
well, terrain and bodies of water, or bodies of water.
Okay.
I'm kind of one. Part of me is kind of wondering like where that water's coming from, or if it's from under.
All
If
right.
it feeds somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
So Jacob, also a thing. So it says in caves and natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet, but because we're not inside of a cave, I don't know how far it reaches underground. So that's your determination since we're above ground. But
Okay.
so I guess we'll go with the first one on the list: terrain and bodies of water. What do I notice?
So you get the river that's behind you, and it flows pretty far away. The pond that's next to you is deeper than it seems. But there's the river itself doesn't flow into the pond.
How deep can I
As deep
feel?
as the spell will allow you.
So we can say 300 feet would be the
Yeah,
deepest
at
I
least.
can go.
At least.
Okay, so 300 feet's the deepest I can go because that's an underground setting technically. Alright, so second thing would be any powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. Powerful, so like I mean the zombies would probably be faint, but anything like more powerful than these zombies.
I would say there's a powerful celestial near you.
How far? Or where at, I guess would be the thing.
Is it Zygon?
No, it's not Zygon. Probably about just where the tree line is.
Where's that
at? So the tree line is basically the edge here.
over
like
by
you guys came
where
through.
the others?
Yeah.
Oh, behind us.
Yeah, basically like this entire border is trees.
And where's the celestial? Which part of the?
This way. So like to the northeast.
North.
Where this would be oriented.
Okay, and then.
Okay.
The last one is influence from other planes of existence.
Oh yeah, these crystals are heavily from a different plane. Heavily.
Can I tell if it's...
Nope,
if
you have no idea where from.
Oh no, I was going to say, does it feel like the same feeling we got from the girl?
You wouldn't know because you didn't use the spell then.
Okay, true. Alright.
But it's definitely not a plane you've been to.
Okay. Thea, so, number one, the pond that you just took a water sample from, I can't actually sense the bottom of it. It's farther than 300 feet.
So, as you're saying that, you see Anzu run as fast as he can, and he jumps into the water.
No.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Anzu, I need you to make a dexterity check. Or a dexterity save, I guess was what it would be.
Literally out of all of the
That's
things...
good. 19.
19?
I really hate you.
So,
I
you
really hate you right
You begin diving down, probably about 100 feet, and you see, actually make a perception check.
Can he breathe underwater? What?
He got a 19. He's swimming fast.
Been doing those stretches. He's been working on his breathing. I would.
I got to
breathing
stretch. I got to
exercises,
stretch
yeah,
apparently.
They work.
17.
Okay. So as you're swimming down, you see this like shimmer in the side of. So it's essentially just this giant hole that's about 40 feet wide, and you see this small shimmer off to the side of one of the holes, or of the hole.
I'll go to it.
Okay, so you swim over to it,
I'm gonna move to the edge of the water.
and as your head pokes through, you fall into this air pocket that's been magically created for people to catch their breath, and you just as you get in. Animus, you cannot see that deep.
No, yeah, well, I know that. I was talking to Thea, and then my direct response would be, why the fuck does this guy always do this shit?
Lochnar, you notice that there's a note on the door, but you don't know how to read it.
Ah, yes. I recognize some of these symbols.
What does it say?
I
Swear to God.
think that's what it says. Any translation? Is that Elvish, perhaps?
Can I run over and see if I can read it?
Yeah, so you run
Well,
over.
here, I'll just snap it.
Okay,
I would
so
like
you
to mosey towards the graveyard area that nobody has been at.
all
I
right.
like how Zygon sees me jump in. He's just like,
It happens. So
Animus can turn into a shark. You'll be alright.
Yeah.
So Thea, Lochnar hands you the note, and it's written in Elvish. It says, "Nowhere is safe. Head to
I
the
was
pond."
right. It is Elvish. Where is safe?
So he just left us for dead. He read the fucking note and he left us for dead. Some team, some leader, some.
So I feel the sudden urge to run into the pond.
You don't feel an urge,
Like
but
uncontrollably.
no. You don't feel
Okay.
like you have to.
That pisses me off even more that she doesn't feel sudden urge to do it because he just left us for dead.
So I gotta need you to
exactly
make
what
a
that means.
perception check.
Oh, Jacob, I wanted to also yell something to Zygon because
Okay.
while that was happening. Zygon, just a heads up. There's something over there. I just want to let you know.
19.
Okay.
Thanks.
So this graveyard is pretty extensive, and you see graves of varying sizes. Women, children, men, all of it, the whole village basically. And you see a few of the graves are disturbed, and you count how many there are, and you count how many zombies you can see, and it tracks.
Is there any similarities between
powerful
the headstones and the ones that are all disturbed?
I haven't been able to
There's no
tell you
rhyme or
that part
reason.
yet, and I was waiting for you to come back over to me before I told you the rest of what I sensed.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Lochnar back over to the animals.
Yeah, there's no
Sure.
rhyme or reason to the ones that escaped. It's random.
I'm still kind of watching the
Interesting.
pond and also watching what everyone else is doing at the same time.
what do I see?
So there's a few supplies in this little hole. It
Nice.
looks like it could house probably 5 or 6 people of human size. You kind of fit in there pretty nice. Just provisions. You do see another note that has been heavily damaged by moisture. It might not be able to be read, but you can try.
Yeah, I'll try to read what I can.
Make a intelligence check.
Oh ho ho, bucka. 15.
15. Okay. So you begin reading this, and you see most of the note is waterlogged, but you do pick out one word that kind of reoccurs 4 or 5 times in the full note, and it is Xenogast.
Can I do like a history or arcana check or?
You can do a history check, sure.
It's like 32.
The name doesn't really mean anything to you. You've never really heard of Xenogast. But phonetically, it's familiar, but there's nothing really that rings a bell.
Okay.
Mm.
Any of these headstones say if
Can I cast
any of these elves were wizards?
No, they don't have their classes written on them.
It was worth a shot.
It was.
And wood elves, I would hire. This is an ancient one.
Wood elves aren't necessarily known for being wizards either.
You never know.
True.
There could be one, and he could be really badass.
Hey Thea, what did that note say? Now that Anzu's at the bottom of this never-ending pond.
So nowhere is safe. Going
Hmm. Yeah. So basically, he left us. I just want to let you know the other two things I figured out. One,
Mm-hmm.
the crystals are definitely not from this plane, this existence, this dimension. Best guess would be
Yeah, that does check out.
the girl we were talking to. Number two, I feel like this is the more important one. I should have said it way earlier. Kind of tried to warn everyone. There is a celestial being of some sort on the edge of the woods, close to Zygon.
Close to Zygon.
Yes, I'm gonna point northeast. Over there in the woods, I was getting some sort of celestial being a few hundred feet out, and I don't know. I would assume it's watching us, or at least is close.
Oh, I see
enough.
them looking over at me.
Do you see the group looking over at
Can
you?
I make like a perception?
Yes.
Yeah, you do. They're talking about you clearly.
I'm gonna wave.
Can I walk in the direction that my animus pointed and like make a perception check to see if I see anything
Okay.
watching?
Can I tell her the exact location since I would know?
You can do a general location
Okay.
because the spell was a few minutes ago at this point. So
Okay. Yeah. So like, yeah, I'll give her the almost exact general location.
okay.
And then I'll also walk behind her. I feel like if Anzu's not resurfacing, he followed the note and is at least safe. So I trust he's okay.
All right. Go ahead and roll that perception check.
Let's see. It's 18. That's like
18.
bad for.
Yeah, you don't really see anything. You assume that if they want to be found, they would be.
Okay.
I'd like to walk over to that house.
Okay. So Zygon, you mosey over after examining the graveyard. The door is locked.
Oh, is it now? I would like to pick that lock with some of my lock picks.
All right. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Hmm. Uh, 20, not natural.
Yeah, so you go to pick the lock. This was thrown on hastily. It's been here hundreds of years. There's nothing. You just and it like the lock itself snaps as you take it off. But you are in there.
And then I'm gonna kiss my fingerless gloves.
Okay. So now let me hang on just a second. Let me save. Let me save that.
Is that the
so-
Pokemon board game?
Yeah, it is. You can play it on here. Anyway,
Hell yeah. I
it's
have
r-
that still at my parents' house.
it's really fun. All right.
I'll do that.
So you go through and you see
There
this
we go.
old, like rat-bitten rug. Everything's covered in dust. You see an anvil. It seems as though the forge that was once here is gone. You assume probably broken apart and then assembled wherever they were led to or went. But everything has this thick layer of dust on it. There's spider webs and just all this other stuff in there. There's an old pile of wood. So there's no walls here, but like imagine there's walls basically around. You see out a window this stack of wood that's old and rotting. But yeah, that's basically what you see. You see there's 2 chests off to the right. And a staircase that leads up.
Okay. Can I make like an investigation check looking for any like traps or anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's 19.
19. It wasn't trapped. You do see through your investigation that this was hastily gathered up, though. There's a bunch of raw material lying around that a blacksmith would not leave unless they had to. You do notice there's these thick sheets of glass that are just laying everywhere that are of multiple different colors. But you've never really known of a blacksmith to have sheets of glass in their smithy.
That's weird. I'm gonna poke my head out the door and yell over. Looks like this was a blacksmith's house, and he left in a hurry.
Can I venture deeper?
Yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Here you go.
Oh. 18.
Okay. So you go another 100 feet, you see another shimmer, because now you're looking for it, and you duck your head in and you catch your breath. But now, so you've gotten to the bottom of the pond, and now it goes into like a straight stretch for who knows how long. You can't see the end. Does anyone want you to go explore the blacksmith house with Zygon?
I want to ask Thea a question real quick.
Okay.
Hey Thea. Do you do you see anything?
No,
Do
here, whatever it is, doesn't want to be found.
How important do you think it is to find this creature? Because I could try again with a different spell.
I mean, I'm curious to find it,
All right.
but I don't know. I don't know if it's the most important thing at this moment.
Yeah, that's fair. We do have the stones if we need to get to someone. Zygon's chilling in
Technically, you guys will be able to teleport to Braun whenever.
abandoned house. I could use locate creature. We'd be able to at least know exactly where it is pretty quickly. So just an option, or we could maybe look around more. I don't know.
Do we still have the Pegasus with us?
Yeah, he's chilling. He's,
Yeah, it's around.
yeah, he's kind of chilling just around. Probably by the pond. Probably hanging out by the pond, between the pond and the house.
Right on.
Your call, though, Thea.
I'm not playing cards. See you tomorrow. Sorry, what did you say?
Your call on if you want me to locate the creature.
Maybe let's come back to it and finish wrapping up what we're all. Maybe we look in here with Zygon.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to fight something, and it's not around.
That's true. Fair point. Let's go check in this house with Zygon then.
Before they get there, I want to go over to the chest.
Okay. One is locked, one is not.
I want to open the locked one.
Locknar,
Try to at least.
Wagner, are you going with them to Go into the blacksmith's house.
Yeah, let's do it. That could be fun.
Make a sleight of hand check, Zygon.
Let's go. 16.
16. So this lock is a little bit more precarious than the last one. You spend a little bit more time on it as you hear the others getting closer. But eventually it clicks open and you open it and you see this breastplate that is made. It looks like a stained glass like window, but it's a breastplate.
Ooh. Right on.
It looks like around Thia's size.
Cool, cool, cool.
Interesting.
Alright. Now I'll just wait for them to get in there.
All right. So you guys see as you enter
You find
Zygon
anything?
opening this chest with the breastplate in it.
What'd you find?
Oh, I think you're gonna like this one.
I'll walk over to him.
All right. He hands you
And he'll
this.
walk to me.
He hands you this glimmering stained glass breastplate. It does look elven in design.
I'm liking the vibes, for sure. It's like a
Right.
breastplate. Like, is it like a chain shirt or like
No, it's like a full-on
what kind
like
of armor?
heavy armor breastplate. But it feels very light as you're holding it.
That's sick.
Does it
You
feel
also get-
magical at all?
You're getting faint magical energy off of it.
Something I'd have to have Anzu identify, probably.
Probably, yeah.
If only we knew where that little bugger went.
No, if only he hadn't run off so
Wait,
fast.
Can I
Does he
cast
not come back up
invisibility
for
and keep
air or
going?
anything?
I would assume.
He's a really good swimmer.
You guys trying to watch an old man die? Like what?
All those stretches.
Anzu's stupid, but he's not gonna kill himself.
It's his
drowning.
time. It's his time. What can we say?
He's not gonna kill himself drowning. We all know that.
He would have
Time is
teleported
time.
back to us or something.
Yeah.
Can I cast invisibility?
If he
and keep
dies, he
going?
dies. You know?
Cast
I want to
What?
get through all of this, and then we can go.
I wanted to cast invisibility and kind of go towards that light.
So you continue to swim.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt. So he went swimming in this hole, and now he's swimming towards the light, and nobody's concerned about this.
Well, we don't know he's swimming towards the light, though.
It's a mess.
So-
Oh, we don't know.
So Anzu, you eventually get to this light. Check this out. Boom! I can overlay them. Okay.
That's
So-
cool.
Oh, interesting.
And
That's
Anzu,
cool.
you eventually
cool.
get, and you swim up, and there's this strange temple that you have entered. Oh, that's how I could build these with multiple sections. Okay, now I figured that out.
I'll go forward a little bit. through the
All
doorway.
right. Okay.
Are you seriously going to
No, I'm gonna wait,
adventure
man.
a temple alone after how many mess ups we've had alone in temples?
We only had one. We
No.
only had one.
We've had
I
so
don't
many.
understand how we always have to split up.
Only one of us is split up, and it's the one who's gonna die.
So, Zygon and the rest, what are you guys doing? There's still a chest that you haven't opened, and you haven't gone upstairs.
I will go
So now I look at the
upstairs.
All right, so Thea, you open the other chest, and
I wasn't gonna straight open it. I was gonna check it for traps, like a good
yeah,
rogue.
like a good rogue, make a perception
She's
check
our
or
rogue
an
now,
investigation.
so
Make an investigation check.
I was gonna at least, attempt.
Yeah.
Oh, 20, not natural.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
It's not trapped.
The dice was on my side.
So you open it, and you see these this bundle of dried flowers that are kind of like these large, almost think like a papaya or like a star fruit sort of shape. And then next to them is like these cubes of glass.
Cubes of glass.
Yeah, just plain normal glass that are like cubed. Like prisms,
I'm
basically.
gonna take all of that and stuff it. Okay.
Animus,
I'll take
I
those
need
and I'll
you
put them in my
in your bag.
thing.
Yeah.
That I have.
Animus, I
whatever
need you
it
to
is
make
for
a dexterity saving throw.
these stairs are old, aren't they?
They are indeed.
Ooh, that's one of my best rolls of the day. Dexterity saving?
Yep.
19.
19. All right, so you're stepping along and you see that the top of the stairs, the roof is caved in to block them. Bummer. But you step down and one of the planks just falls out from under you, but you're light on your feet. You catch yourself. But it looks as though the top has caved in at least partially.
Can I try to find like a way in or like a hole?
You can't.
Okay. Could break through it, but I don't know how much it's gonna do. Looks like the upstairs is a bust, guys. Not gonna lie. Don't know if we need to go up there, but not my call once again.
Yeah.
Have we found anything in this house that seems worth going upstairs at this moment, or do you think maybe we either look for the creature or go see what Anzu's doing?
I think we should go find Anzu.
You want to just teleport?
Yeah, do we really need to?
Yeah.
He probably did all the work
and
for
I'll
us.
start concentrating on it.
All right, so you guys are going to teleport to him? Is that what you're
Concentrate
doing?
on my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk
Alright.
out to the
I'm invisible, so they don't see me.
Pegasus.
Yeah. Before that, yeah. Go ahead.
Hello?
I'm gonna tell the Pegasus to come inside, and well, I guess I'm in my own area, so I'll just wait to see what happens for a sec. But I'm basically
Alright.
gonna have the Pegasus come inside the house.
Okay.
All right.
Pegasus does.
Peggy,
And then-
stay here. Dangerous stuff. Blah blah blah. Celestial being. Fly away if you need to. Teleport.
All right. So you guys appear in this strange, damp chamber with these glowing crystals. And we will go ahead and take our break. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So the
Hi,
group
Jacob.
has just teleported. Hello, Brady. The
Jacob?
group has just The group has just teleported into this strange temple. Water is abound everywhere. You see a large double door. You see what looks like a platform above. You see these two crystals of different colors.
See, we didn't even need to worry about him.
You do not see him.
No, I
Anzu's
know.
nowhere to be seen.
Lochnar.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Anzu?
Lochnar, start kicking the air.
No, I'd rather punch. I'd rather punch.
So
I know you're here.
Lochnar begins moving around the small area, punching at the air at Anzu height level. Anzu, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, please be
Dexterity.
so low.
Yeah.
Please be low.
It's 15.
Does not get advantage
Yeah.
for being invisible at all.
Well,
Yeah, I do get advantage,
It's a,
don't I?
it's a really low DC because Lochnar is literally just going around randomly.
Oh,
so-
okay.
Yeah, he doesn't hit you. You dodge out of the way, but you guys do hear, and you also see water dripping onto the floor from seemingly out of nowhere, but about Anzu's height.
Enzo, what the fuck? Just leaving us all for dead.
Can I aim a soccer kick at that location?
Sure, make an attack roll.
What is up with this dude?
You ran into a pool and left us for dead after reading that note.
I didn't leave y'all.
You didn't tell us a single thing. You just ran in the pool.
There's just no reason to run off. You can communicate.
Did you hear that, Jacob? 7.
Not hit.
I would like to.
That hits?
Later,
It doesn't.
Later, we're gonna have a talk about communication.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Yeah,
I'll,
no.
Go ahead and show myself.
All right.
Welcome to my chamber of secrets.
Oh my
sorry.
Shay's getting
That's what we
mad.
call a callback.
That's what we call fuck you, Hunter.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Anyway, yeah, you guys are in a chamber surrounded by water. Let's see here. I gotta find the thing. Where
Hey,
what is it?
Anzu, just out of curiosity, how far down this this well did you go?
Here.
Like all the way? Did you go all the way?
Mhm.
Okay. Just wanna make
Anzu
sure
Zook always goes all the way.
it's not
Don't
very
you
far
forget
for
that.
him.
He doesn't pull out.
There's
What
not.
would a
There's not
elf
much to pull out.
gnome look like? Who knows?
You
All right,
can-
what are you guys gonna do?
Andrew, how long have you been in this room?
Oh my god.
10, maybe 12.
Thea, what's the plan?
You just love fucking with us, don't you?
The seconds, minutes, weeks,
Months?
years.
Feels like years.
I miss that kid.
Which direction did you come from?
I'll point towards the
I'm just trying to
entrance,
gauge where we're going.
or at least where I came from.
Oh, that like archway.
Yes, and
Okay.
now I am faced
So
with
you're
two
heading to this
choices.
door? The next step?
Well, yes, that's what I was.
Or
But
you
now
want to go
where
to
are
the
we?
big door? The
Yeah,
big
better
door
split.
is.
Yeah, or just like, can I see those things upstairs?
Can you see the what?
Like the
I'm s-
things going on the side, or is it like water in the?
Oh, this? Yeah, you see like
I'm not
two, like this. You can see that, and then this is what you see.
Okay.
That's a fucking Hydra.
You can see like up, like to here. You
You
know,
don't
like you
know.
can see there's a platform above. But
Can I
yeah,
try
it
to-
looks like seaweed is
How
kind of
deep-
growing. How deep? This water over here, you guess, is probably about 40
Yeah.
feet.
Can I try to open the door?
Yeah, it's
For
locked.
some reason, my brain was picturing it like being like balls of water, and I don't know why. Doesn't
No.
make
Can I-
any sense.
It's
Can I
like
cast-
pools.
Like you would have built.
Do we just
Okay.
want to
Cast
go
knock.
through the big door?
It doesn't do
Or
anything.
do we want to investigate?
You actually,
Go
Anzi,
through the
as you go to cast knock, your spell just randomly fizzles. And then you realize, as long as you're in front of this door, your magic isn't working. Like your cloak doesn't work. Anything that you have on you magical, as long as you're in front, like in this room right here, it does not work.
Alrighty, left or right, Thea?
That's
Please
not
give
good.
me a choice. I do not
Right,
like
that's
this.
perhaps.
Oh, hold on. Maybe I can pick it. I'm gonna go and try and pick that lock.
You don't see a lock on the door. There's
Have
no
we tried
visible
knocking
lock.
yet?
Well,
And
shit.
you didn't try knocking.
Let's try knocking. That sometimes works.
So Lochnar, you knock on the
Mhm.
door. No response. Very rude people behind
Lochnar,
that
I
door.
like your style, though. That was a good idea.
Let me try again.
You're
You
really
do that. Like that one. is typically
You-
more friendly.
You grab onto one of the knockers and slam it on the door. Nothing.
Tell them there's a delivery for them at the door.
Phrasing.
What?
Can I check the door for traps?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a
No?
investigation check.
Can I trap the door?
No.
What's that wall, Jacob?
What's this?
Oh, it's not good. It's a 9.
Doesn't seem to be trapped. So these are these giant. You see giant crystals. One of them's green. One of them's blue.
I would like to wait a second. Crystals don't seem like a good thing. I want to look left towards the blue crystal. While
You look at the blue crystal.
While they're like, I want to go to the edge of the water and kind of investigate like what is getting up that wall.
Yeah, looks like water.
Yeah. It doesn't. You see that it has some sort of arcane mechanism around it, but you don't quite know what exactly it does.
The wall or the crystal?
The crystal.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Can we throw the?
Lochnar wants to start like pushing against the door, try to open it that way.
It will not
sheer
open.
force.
You keep trying, Lochnar. I really believe in you.
Yeah, well, he's gonna keep trying.
Tell them their
Alright.
delivery's here. Tell them their food's here.
We have your pizza. It has mushrooms and pepperoni on it. No pineapple.
Ooh, that'll get them. That'll get them.
I like pineapple personally, but we didn't put pineapple on this one.
No response.
Can I vibe check the water?
Sure.
The water specifically on the blue crystal.
Maybe
side.
like they like Chinese food. We brought.
I don't think Chinese food exists, really.
I do not vibe check anything in the water. It was a natural one.
I mean, this is for. So one thing you do notice, even though you have a natural one, is this water is very clear. Like you can see almost to the bottom. But it looks like it goes pretty far down.
What? Got. Okay, so I know that we're really bad at puzzles and stuff. But I really feel like these crystals have something to do with getting through this door. Just a thought.
That would make sense.
Maybe
yeah.
I'm stepping it up, you know.
Are there any like runes? I think you said like there was like an arcane mechanism, right? Are there any like runes on the crystals or anything?
Nope, there's no carvings. They just glow with an arcane force.
Can I use cube to fly up to the left?
I don't really think Cube can fly.
Fly up to the
Oh,
left.
can't he turn into a great eagle?
Eh,
Can he fly as a great eagle though? He could turn into one.
He's done it before.
yeah. I mean, I guess, but Cube is technically magical, so Cube doesn't work right now. Like, you kind of just have like a pool of jelly that can't really transform into anything.
Ew, what did you step in, Enzu? It stinks.
Ah. Rude.
Don't be rude to Cube.
Alright.
Like, Cube can retain Cube's form, but
I was
Cube
gonna
can't
say
really-
he's not just like
No, he's not dying.
You said pool of jelly, not me.
um.
Alright, blue or green,
I,
someone
like-
choose. Oh no.
Choose what? Like, what are we gonna do?
I feel like we should try to go one of the directions.
Have you tried eeny, meeny, miny, mo? That sometimes works.
Eeny, meeny, miny, blue.
Assuming we can't cast a spell.
Not in this chamber, no.
Well, I personally like green.
Okay, I'll hop into the water to the left.
Bloop.
Ah,
You're in the water.
And I'll cast a firebolt. in
At
the water,
what?
Just
In
to
the water?
see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
just-
cast it in the water.
It works.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'll have cube fly me up there.
All right, so you get to about like where the crystal is, and
Uh-huh.
you guys hit a barrier, like a magical barrier that's protecting something.
Can I touch the crystal and inspect it?
Just touching crystals. Just touching crystals. I love that.
Yeah, so
Wow.
you
We do
make
be
an
doing that
arcane.
shit.
Never
Make an
learns.
Arcana check.
Supposed to be one of the smartest professors ever, and just doesn't learn.
Hey, I found
lear-
this place, not you guys.
He's a tactile learner.
You didn't find it. You read a note on the wall and followed the note.
25.
Hundreds of elves found this place before you.
So this is an arcane mechanism of some sort, but you don't quite know what it does. But you do know that it's activated by some sort of force, like a heavy force striking it.
Green it is.
Oh.
I want to slip into the green side.
Can I? A heavy force striking it.
Should we test if the green side has something similar, like throw an object through the
I was just
thing
gonna
and see if
slam
anything
towards
happens.
the door.
I'll back up and cast fireball at it.
Fireball?
Why?
Yeah.
Just grab
Heavy
Lochnar.
object, right?
That's a big
Okay.
Okay,
spell.
fine. Yeah,
Why
we'll
that
grab Lochnar.
Let me
Thea.
just chuck something through it.
Maybe use your team
Did I
instead
go?
of doing all of it.
What do you want to
You
chuck
still
through?
have those. You still have those colorful prisms of glass.
Zygon. No. Zygon. You still got those rotting heads in your bag?
It.
Yes,
It's gonna smoosh.
always.
Oh.
Yeah, let me check one of those. Let me just check one of those real quick.
Oh, Lochnar, you reach into
Alright.
the bag of holding and you pull out this just disgusting, rotting head that, like, all the flesh just, like, kind of sloughs off of it, and you just have the skull left, and you throw it
I want
as
to cut
hard
the
as you
tongue
can.
out. I want to cut the tongue out.
The tongue doesn't
No,
exist
try to tell the
anymore.
bomb's open.
Oh.
So you fling it into the bottom, and you see it gets about 30 feet, and then it hits this barrier and just shatters.
Which way did you throw it?
He threw it on the green side.
Can I swish around in the green water?
Okay, yeah, you're swimming around. Make a perception check, Animus.
26.
So as you're swimming around, you begin to you get some of the water in your mouth just because, you're swimming in it.
Ah, no.
And it tastes disgusting.
I don't like that.
It smells bad. Like, as you get closer to this archway, the water just smells disgusting. You see weird random bits of, like, old meat and rotting different things, garbage of all sorts, just floating and bobbing in this water. And then you see these two large tentacle-looking things that are kind of just, like, floating, kind of just swaying in the water.
No, I'm gonna turn around and just kind of.
These from up.
Hey guys, there's some tentacles in the water. I kind of want to stay in the water, like, because I don't want to be on the platform, so I can have my magic. But I want to be right on the edge, so I still have my magic, and I'm not close to the tentacles.
Okay.
So our options.
And we don't see any of the gross shit when we're not in.
Yeah, it doesn't really. You don't really see it. No.
Trust me, it's there. It's nasty.
Can I?
What are you guys gonna do?
I don't think it would do. Can I try?
The other one is just throw something heavy at it.
Can I? Could be dumb, but like, I'm gonna look to the group and say, what if can I just try to shoot an arrow at one of them? Does that sound like a good or a bad idea?
It might need more force, but might as well try.
Okay, I'm gonna like take my short bow off and then like try to shoot an arrow at. I'm gonna say green one.
Right. So I need you to make a
Probably
dexterity
not gonna go.
check.
Not like an attack roll or anything.
No, just a dexterity check.
14, I think.
All right, so you knock an arrow and you fire it, and it strikes this crystal, and you hear this, and it just starts resonating, and then you hear as water begins to pour into the chamber, as the water level,
Fucked up. I done.
the
Tentacles.
water level goes.
At least I asked.
It could hurt.
The
We were
tentacles.
So you guys just begin going up and up and up and up and up.
Tentacles.
Oh no.
Is it on both sides, chicken?
Oh wait.
Nope, just on this side.
Oh, thank God. No tentacles. We're good.
But you guys are now floating the entire. So there's basically a line here where this chamber is. There's a barrier here, and now you guys are floating up to about right here. So you're at level here.
Oh, I'm still in the other water. I'm still floating in the
Well,
other
if
water.
you do that, then you're locked behind this
Can
barrier.
we somehow get to...
I didn't get out technically.
Is there any way to swim and get to that platform? Or is it there?
Yeah, you guys are on the level of the platform. You guys can like step on it.
Am I? Wait, am I actually
Alright,
locked
that
behind
works.
it then?
I'll go there.
Okay,
Yeah,
on the platform.
unless you climbed out.
I didn't say I did.
Oh no, Anzu.
No.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, these are locked. I'm gonna have to.
Just can't get up.
All right, you do have the stones.
I know. I'm gonna kind of see what happens first.
So. Meet
So,
the flump.
what's up there? What are those?
So as you guys get up there, you see
The
these
what?
these two creatures
Spaghetti monsters.
that are kind of floating around, and they're just like floating eyes, and they both look at you.
Hello, how are you?
Hang on, let me pull.
They seem like intelligent.
Let's see here.
After a big
You know,
beer burp.
moderate.
They seem intelligent.
Do they seem intelligent? Do you think they're smart?
We got that fancy book learning.
Yeah, they're intelligent.
You think they can teach me a thing or two?
Can they teach me how to read?
So you guys see as they
My
both.
next character.
Jeez. So they both look at you, and they've got these eye stalks, and then the body itself looks like a big eye, and then it's got dangly tentacles that come off of it. And the eye stalks all look at you, and they can move independently, so they're kind of looking at all four of you at once. And you see the stalks that are dangling down go from this like neutral sort of color to a green color.
Do they seem hostile?
No, not really.
Or just kind of like, what is...
They're just kind of looking at you. Zygon, you hear a voice in your head say, "Hello."
Hello.
And who might you be?
I'm looking around. Is anybody else like hearing this?
No. Not at the moment.
No way. I think I know what these are.
You seem to be the leader of the group, so we thought it best to address you first.
Oh, thank you. That's very astute of you to
This is my adventure.
pick up on that. We are.
I have to
we're
speak
the
out
Flagon
loud to reply to
Slayers,
them.
and
Or...
we've come to.
Zygon can talk out loud to them if he wishes, but he can also
No.
just
No.
think thought.
Play
He
your
can thought
flagons.
talk.
Are they
Yeah.
floops?
This is all in my head. I'll
They're
be
just
like, yes,
staring at
yes, I'm
each
the
other.
leader of the Flagon Slayers, and we're here to help.
If you don't mind me asking, help with what exactly?
Well, we came to help this village that's on top of this this lovely home that you folks have here. And
Well,
we stumbled
thank-
upon a note that said to head down here.
Well, I I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm afraid you must leave.
Why is that? I thought we were
Well-
getting off to a friendly, fresh start here.
Well, yes, we are quite friendly, but I'm afraid, we have been given express orders to not allow anyone through.
Orders from who, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, how do I put this? Names are, hard for your, humanoid brains to understand.
I see. Well, don't mean to cause any trouble by any means. On the other side of that door, just curious.
And you guys now all hear, this voice in your head. We're not at liberty to tell you that.
Oh, come on now. I thought we were being friendly.
Well, we have orders to not tell anyone, and we have orders to make sure you don't enter. So, it would be detrimental to you and to everyone else that lives above.
Why is that?
Oh, come now. It can't be that detrimental. It wouldn't hurt for us to just take a little peek now, would it?
Are you wanting to do a persuasion check? Because it sounds like you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at, yeah.
Jacob, are they floofs?
They are plump.
Oh my god! Hunter and Abby, these were in that one shot I did in the Underdark.
What?
Yeah,
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
you guys went through a little cave and they were floating around.
25. Let's go.
I kind of remember that one.
5.
They weren't a huge part of it. You guys just kind of walked through, but there were tons of them.
Well, and you see that the green of their tentacles turns into like this, like orangish yellow. And you see that one flump turns to the other flump. And they seem to be conversing in some way. The lights of their stalks change. Well, seeing as how we haven't had any visitors in hundreds of years, we will allow you in. But
Oh, thank you. That's
make sure
so
you don't
kind.
touch anything. Also, the elf one can't come in.
Oh,
Why not? Just
Right.
curious.
Well, the last elf who was allowed in went a little crazy, not which is very uncharacteristic of elves. We've found that they're quite intelligent.
so Thea's not allowed. Oh, I'm not up there. I don't care. Can I hear?
I don't
through
know
the
why
building?
you.
Everybody.
I don't know why you haven't
Well,
teleported.
because I was waiting for you to get to a spot where I could say, where I could ask you a question. I was gonna ask you a question before I teleported.
What is your question?
So like, are the tentacles doing anything right now? That are they reacting to the fact that the thing did? Yeah,
Nope.
I would have
They're just
teleported
kind of
up.
swaying. Okay.
That's what I was just waiting for that. I didn't want to break off that conversation though, so I probably would have teleported in like mid combo.
Well, I'll turn to the group. What do we think? Do we go in without Thea?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Flump. Sorry, I was looking up what these.
Aren't they adorable?
So are we saying, do we go in? Is that-
You're not allowed in.
Without
Thank
you,
you.
you're not allowed.
That's what he said.
Are you cute? Are you hard? I wish. I'm not allowed in.
Right.
I am afraid not, madam.
The rest
no.
of us thought.
I feel like to get answers,
Seems rude.
we made it.
I mean,
Well,
I
it's
could always
more
go
of
in
a
alone.
safety
They seem to like me.
Well, like's kind of a strong. We're curious about you.
Does anyone want to stay out here with Thea and make sure, something
I wanna
doesn't
know.
happen?
I can handle myself. You guys can go in.
Are you sure?
I'm
already
gonna be a
start
little
walking
salty
in.
about it.
I know. I can feel that. This is a whole thing, and I just really feel bad. But I feel like we also need answers.
Just go.
All right, I'm going in.
Just go.
Just turns around and walks in.
Right.
I just want to get this over with. Get some.
Who
answers.
all is going in?
Oh, I'm definitely going, and I'm leading the way.
Okay.
I'm following Captain Zygon.
I'll go.
Old Captain Patch-Eyed.
Is no one staying with Thea? Is another question. Okay.
Lochnar looks back, shrugs, and walks in through the door.
All right.
And stage whisper, she can always teleport.
Okay.
It's dangerous for me to be in.
Yeah.
So, you guys go into these doors that the flumps.
Can I insight check them when they say it's dangerous?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that even possible?
Do I know?
I just want to know if they're lying to me. I don't know if they're lying to me.
What'd you roll?
It was like a 12.
It's hard to read flumps. They don't really have facial expressions because they don't have faces.
Do I know what these
and-
are?
Does make
I don't know if you've ever seen these. No.
That I've ever
These are
read about
usually pretty
them?
rare. There's not a lot of documentation in the Underdark, and that's where they're primarily found.
Fair enough.
So-
Walking in.
So you guys enter, and you see that this room looks like it was some sort of medical facility. You also see that the crystals that were growing up top, they're also growing in this room, and there's spores that are just kind of floating in the air. And the crystals are not like that purplish; they're like dark black, just radiating. And as they go like a heartbeat almost, and every beat they release more spores.
No. No.
As I said, quite dangerous for an elf, but we've found that it doesn't really affect anyone else.
These Thea touched one of these while we were up on the thing. It was it's okay. She has a temporary immunity to, I guess, less powerful ones. Maybe she can come in. Nope. You know what? Don't want to risk it. Really.
We should be better safe than sorry, I think.
Is this all that's in here?
Make an investigation check.
Nope, that's not cocked. It's not good either, so. 9.
9. A lot of beds, a lot of medical supplies,
And then just
not a lot of
crystals floating around.
You see, there's a few different symbols of the Moonweaver that are kind of scattered. Like some are drawn on the walls, some are like charms, but
Can I look?
doesn't really seem
Are there
like
any
they work very well.
chests or anything?
You did not roll high enough to find that.
I would then like to spend my time copying down the runes of the Moonweaver so that Thea can read
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Since I can do it perfectly.
Well, you see, we weren't allowed to have anyone in here because the disease is so deadly and dangerous.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Understandable. It's just responsible of you. I commend you.
Thank you. You see the flumps, the green tentacles turn like to this bright like pink. You can also see that this room is rather large. Like you could probably fit a small village in here.
Oh. I have a lot of writing to do.
Lochnar, make a perception check for me.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh.
So as you guys are walking through Lochnar, you see out of the corner of your eye this figure covered in shadow that is kind of creeping behind you, and it gets closer to you, and it jumps at you to try and attack you, but you get a reaction because you know it's there. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Beat its ass.
That is a 22.
22. So you spin around with Giant's Bane and with one cleave cut this zombified elf in half, and it just falls. And then as it hits the ground, it just dissolves into the spore dust stuff that is surrounding you in this room. Oh
That's
no! Not Gregory! Aw, he was quite a fun conversation with. Well, it was mainly just, but you know, that was fun.
What?
The flumps that he was our friend.
No, I know. What was Gregory?
Well, we don't really know what Gregory's real name was, but we grew quite fond of him. He didn't really like us much, but you know, beggars can't be choosers.
What was he?
Well, before he was an elf.
So, was he just hanging out here?
Oh yeah, Gregory liked it.
I get he was an elf, but like, was he just like a zombified elf, just like hanging
Well,
out
I
here,
mean-
like chasing after you and grunting?
Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't really like us much. He kind of stayed away from us, but we got to talk to him a little bit. It was mainly just but you know.
You guys had a long hundreds of years.
Yes, it has.
Well, sorry about your Gregory.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know, these things happen.
All right, let's.
I'm not sorry. He tried to attack me. He deserved to die.
Oh, poor Gregory.
These markings on the walls and things, they're pretty
Gregory,
interesting.
not poor Lockdown, who
decor.
almost just was attacked by the.
Are these?
Oh,
Did you
whatever.
guys put it there?
Oh no, that was the previous people that were here.
Hmm.
We only came in after some of them arrived in our city and asked us for help. Well, along with other races, we live in quite a large city, or at least we used to before we got put on guard duty. But you know, that's the job of a flump.
As I'm writing this, we need to think, what would Thea ask? First question, is there anything important in this room that could lead to curing whatever this virus is? Was there some sort of research going on?
Well,
Spores, maybe.
don't
there
wanna
was a
take
doctor
spores.
here that took notes. Perhaps you could find one of her books.
Can I look around with a new investigation check?
Zygon can.
Okay. That is a fair
I
assessment.
would like to look around for said book.
How many symbols am I writing?
19.
Writing down.
A lot, like
Oh.
over
Well, well
100.
tonight.
Yeah, this will take a sec anyway. I won't be able to grab anything.
So, Zygon, you begin looking around and you find these books that are sitting on a table it's kind of like an office that's at the far back of the ward. And you find these old weathered, kind of mildewed books. But it looks like leather-bound journals.
How many of them are there?
2.
Well, I guess can I like flip through it? See if
Yeah,
there's anything interesting in it.
do you read Elvish?
I read all languages.
Okay. Yeah, so one of these looks like it is notes on symptoms, medical information, symptoms, possible treatments, different trials that they ran that didn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor, or I guess the cleric that is writing these, her name was Theagrin. Thayagren. I'll do it again if you need it. I see that no one is writing.
I am.
I'm not part of that though.
That's a fair point, Caleb. I
I
appreciate
will write
not
it down
being
for note purposes.
Okay. And then the second book is written in Undercommon, which you can read. So it appears that after the initial group arrived here, a second group of Drow elves came to try and assist the Wood Elves in figuring out what was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks as though their research was getting a little bit further, but the notes just abruptly stop.
Is there anything like the last entry, anything important?
So the last entry talks about how some of the patients were starting to see a lessening of symptoms. And then it mentions that a human man came to the village a few days ago offering to help. And this is dated about 150 years ago.
Oh.
Well, damn. So they've been having this issue for a while, huh?
Yeah. Well, the village was wiped out supposedly about 200 years ago. So,
Jacob, can I take a couple? Are these spores like? Are they like? Did they fall out of? What was the?
think
guy's
like
name?
mold spores or like fungus spores.
Yeah. Did they fall out of what's his face?
He became them.
Gregory?
Yeah. So are they chilling on the ground now?
No, they're kind of floating in the air.
Can I try to grab a couple jars of them? 2 jars to be specific.
Yep. Yeah, you get a jar full of spores and then another jar full of spores.
Okay.
I'll pocket those books and put them in my bag of holding.
Okay.
Is there anything else important? As I'm still writing and definitely not going to be able to help find the important things.
The two flumps turn to each other.
Are there any antidotes in here that they got close with? Like serums or anything?
Oh no, that research was in the city.
What city?
Oh, the city of Xenogast.
Okay. Where's the city of Xenogast?
Oh, it's further in. Those big doors down there at the bottom?
Yeah.
Through there.
How do we get through there?
Well, and the two flumps look at each other. They have no idea. We usually rotate guard positions about every 200 years, so we've been in here a while.
Is that all we need to know from in this room?
200 years, don't you need nourishment or anything?
Oh well, we feed off of the mental energy of creatures around us. So since there's a forest above us, that's pretty easy. We sometimes go out for a bite. Or I guess, well, we don't really have teeth, so it's just a colloquialism you humanoids use.
So for the first time ever, Anzu is a full feast and Lochnar is nothing.
Backhanded compliment, but okay.
Anzu, what are you doing?
That was just a straight up insult. Like that was
I'm gonna head back to Thea.
That was not an insult. Locknar's immune to them feeding off of him.
You upset
feelings
Corey.
with
Look
him.
at his face.
I can see it in his face.
Apologize.
What? That wasn't at Corey. That was not at Corey.
Look at him. He's sad.
That was at Locknar. That's different.
Corey,
You owe him an apology, Caleb.
Locknar, I'm so sorry. I didn't. That wasn't at Corey. Why would I make fun of Corey?
Locknar slowly slinks out of the room, dejected, a little upset, a little mad at his bird friend.
I'm sorry.
Zygon, I need you to make a perception check as you're
Well,
leaving.
friends, I guess we're not.
No. Oh fuck. I'll fix that one later.
I'd also like to, so since I investigated for those books, was anything else worth note?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Trying to finish it up these
So
notes.
I'll do
It's
the
taking a sec.
investigation.
There's a lot of notes.
I see a smooge. Look, it's smooge everywhere.
18. This is my good dice tonight.
18. Man, Zygon's rolling
Yeah.
well. All right, Zygon, as you're leaving the
Well,
room, as
Also, like
Animus is
boosted up. I've been hitting a lot of like 13s and 14s, but
nice. As you're leaving, as Animus is getting down the final notes, you see in the corner of the room something kind of gleaming.
might mosey over that way before I leave.
So you get over there, and you see a skull that is resting in what looks like a crystal that's starting to form. And you see the skull has crystal, like some of the black crystals coming off of it, but it's not producing spores yet. And it's an elven skull, you can tell.
Can I like pick it up by the skull part and not the crystal part?
It's like encased, so you'd have to like use something to get it out.
Is this the fourth Indiana Jones movie?
Can I pull out a pick of some sort?
Do you have one? I believe you do, because you had that in mind and you were like, we might have to go do this.
Yeah, we did. We had a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We bought a pick for specifically.
I
to get
definitely
some
have a
stuff.
pick.
Yeah, so you pull a pick out of your bag of holding, and you carefully chisel this out, and you now have a crystal elf skull.
Kingdom of.
Dope.
Don't like that.
I'm starting to copy down notes onto a second piece of paper, so I have two sets of notes in case one were to get lost.
So as you guys exit the room, the flumps bring you back into this chamber. Word of caution, everyone. Mind Chauncey.
What the fuck's
Chauncey.
a Chauncey?
What?
Well, Chauncey's more of an idea than he is a thing. But you'll probably have to go down
Like
there
Gregory?
too. Oh no, Chauncey is much bigger.
Is Chauncey good?
Well, I mean, a certain point of view, sure.
Will Chauncey attack us because he's good?
Well, it depends on if he's
But
hungry.
is he bad?
Do we need to feed
If-
Chauncey?
Well, I don't really know if you have anything that Chauncey would like. He's a very picky eater.
What does he eat?
Mostly trash.
Bird, perhaps.
He likes rotted
I
things.
had that one coming.
Oh, we could dump all the
The heads.
Grease, bloody stuff,
hags.
soiled linens, things of that nature.
Literally everything in Zygon's bag will eat.
He'll even eat rusted swords. I've seen him use them as
Zygon,
toothpicks.
I think you have all of this.
And you all laughed at me.
Just go.
Well, let's meet Chauncey, I guess.
You know, I take it back.
It's been a year in the making. well over a year in the making.
Oh, Thea. Here are some notes. It was scribbled all over the walls. I made a backup copy in my notebook.
Second, wait. And he separates you from Thea. I am sorry, my friend, but I'm afraid you are covered in spores. Please take a dip in the pool.
Thea, second thing, there were a lot of those crystals in there, and they were
Take a dip in the pool
much
now.
more powerful.
And you see the tentacles turn red.
Oh, I'll dive in.
All four of you now.
I'll jump in.
Thea, make a make 4 Constitution saves.
No!
With advantage.
There's a friendly way to do
Me?
that.
Oh no.
Yes, you with advantage.
Me?
Yes. 4 Constitution saving throws
I
with
can make
advantage.
One of us is going to die.
No, she has to resist the spores.
Or we're gonna kill her.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, it's
Zygon,
me.
you've tried before.
13.
What'd you roll? Okay.
My first one was 13.
Okay.
Second one, 16.
Okay.
Third one, 11.
Oh no.
Okay.
Fourth one, 17.
Oh.
Okay.
You have that immunity stuff. Hopefully you're okay.
So you guys jump into the water and get all the spores off of you.
Well,
You
that's
see
what
the
the
water. You see the water, like it glows with a faint arcane energy as the spores and everything just kind of come off of you and then disperse in the water. All right, sorry
Can
for
I
the
even get in
rudeness.
that water? I don't think I should.
Sorry for the rudeness, but everything should be okay now.
As I was saying, Thea, here are copies of some of the scribblings that were on the walls in this room. They look Moonweaver-ish. As well as, I believe we found a couple interesting notebooks that the doctors were working on before. Also, it was a medical center. That's what.
I'll hand her those. And then while she's like looking at him, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, and then there's this," and I'm gonna hold the skull up right at her face.
Jeez.
There's a skull. Yep.
Yeah, it's an elven skull. You can clearly tell.
It's crystal.
Thanks. I'm gonna turn away. It's uncomfortable.
Back in the bag with the others.
Well, if you see our bosses, we did
was
let
like
you in.
punching it.
No, of course not. Of course not.
No.
But
Who's your boss?
once again, the name is very hard to pronounce in your words.
The big floof.
You don't know how we get out of here?
Well, I assume the way you came in.
Or Chansey.
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
Chauncey's very
Let's
scary.
move on.
Oh no, we have no. We're here until we leave, which is roughly what year is it again?
What year?
We're here for roughly another 20.
It's like
Oh.
you guys have fun with that.
Last note, he said, the Floop here said that the city of Xenogast has more information and possible close antidotes to what you're seeking, and it's through those big doors that we couldn't get through.
Okay, then we're getting through those big doors.
So Chauncey.
Let's see. How do I get it? We will deal with Chauncey. Don't you worry. How do I get down, Jacob? Can I?
So there, you can swim down the water, but the chamber will still be full of water. You're gonna have to figure out how to drain it.
Oh, is it blocked again? Is the barrier blocking it?
Yeah, there's still a barrier right here blocking,
You could
and then there's one here too.
shoot the thing again.
Yeah, can somebody shoot the thing?
I shot an arrow at the green crystal. Can I go swim over and like stab the blue one with one of my daggers?
Yeah, so you swim over, you pull out a dagger, and you stab the blue one, and then the water begins to drain as you guys are floating now next to the chamber.
Yay!
Fucking water temple, man.
Thank you.
Chauncey.
It is based
Big
off
brain.
of these Zelda water temples.
Chauncey.
Where's this locked? What the heck? Alright. So now you guys are over here. Yay. Why does it clump them? Gosh dang it.
Zagon, you got
Oh.
those heads ready?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll dig around and pull those out.
Okay.
How many do I have? I have 10. 10
10
heads.
heads.
Actually, Lochnar had 1, so I have 9
So you
heads.
have
I have
9
9
heads.
heads.
Alright.
What if he wants 10?
Then we're fucked.
You shit
Someone's
out
got
of
to give
luck.
up a head.
And if I like tried to push on the doors right now, they wouldn't.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well,
Okay.
if Chauncey needs 10 heads, you can always give him head,
Ah, Those were college years, Animus.
Anzu.
Got it.
Is that why you stayed and opened a college?
So the water level is still here.
That's why I founded it, yes.
It all makes sense.
I would assume Chauncey's the tentacle thing.
Yes. Probably.
Oh, okay. We can either throw Anzu in with some head, or I can turn into a shark and swim towards Chauncey. I'll be.
I want to see if I can slot this in.
Well, when we're back here, can we use like magic? If I tried to like use a cantrip like Sacred Flame, does it work in that chamber at all, or is it still like
It does not.
not happening? Okay, even though I stabbed the
Yes. Man, that's annoying. Okay.
Chauncey.
Chauncey!
Yeah.
My
Is that-
god, he looks hungry.
Chauncey's like a big old puppy dog.
Those are still open.
Alright, how are you guys going to do this? How are you going to get the water level down?
Well, maybe if we hit the one that made the water level go down.
Oh yeah,
Earlier.
shoot the blue one this time.
We drink it?
We could drink it.
Can I try and shoot an arrow at the blue one again?
Yeah, so Thea, you pull an
Sounds
arrow
bad.
It's
and
one
you
way.
shoot it, and you hear as the water level begins to drop.
Yeah.
Why is this easier than I thought?
I don't know. Lochner's coming up with some great ideas, though. I really take him
Not easier.
for granted sometimes, you know.
You can't fix what you did, bud.
For granted?
For granted. I said it with a weird accent, so I couldn't fully say the whole word. The whole word did not come
You said,
out.
I take it for granted.
I take it for grant. For grand. Or grand.
Alright, so the water level lowers, and you guys see
For some
it's
reason, I
now.
just always.
Chauncey. My boy.
Chauncey.
Chauncey, my
So-
dear
Hey,
boy.
Padoodle-doo, how you doing?
It's about a
Chauncey.
It's about a 30-foot drop.
Oh, what you do down there, Chauncey?
Wow. That thing is ugly as shit.
Okay.
Can we see
That
Hang
will
on,
Chauncey?
land in
yeah.
water.
Whee!
Can we
Chauncey.
Can we see Chauncey?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can see Chauncey.
Chauncey
Howdy.
is just not the thing that you want to see.
You see the tentacles begin to scoop around the
Chauncey?
edges as the trash and garbage and rotted food gets swooped in, and it just picks it up and starts shoveling it into his massive maw.
No. No.
So it's about a 30-foot drop from where you guys are currently.
I'm gonna stand on the edge.
Do we go in with the
and-
Rancor, or
And I'm gonna look down and be like, well, Anzu, you want to do, you want to sacrifice yourself again? Wait, if I'm standing on the edge, is it like a slippery, if I'm like
It's a
standing,
little slick.
so, oh, okay. So if I was like standing on the edge of the wall, and like the wall's like super slippery, like down the side of the wall.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Algae and
Ew.
slime, you know.
Who wants to go in?
Not that.
I got this, guys. I got
Wait.
this.
If we were to jump in, does it look deep enough that like we're not gonna hurt ourselves,
It's a 30-foot drop, so you would probably hurt yourself.
or is there like? Yeah, like the water wouldn't. There's no cushion.
No, it's
Just,
literally like
very
water.
shallow.
Yeah, it's like
That's
shallow water on
is it
top of
shallow?
tile.
we could throw the anchor down there, the anchor stone or whatever.
Okay, that's bad.
We could pick up ends.
We have a rope of some sort.
You guys should. You have adventuring packs. You
Yeah,
should have.
Can I throw? Can I throw my lightning dagger down at the water and teleport to it?
Sure, you can try. So you throw it, and then whoosh.
Yeah! We teleport to Thea.
Except for me.
We
Okay.
figured it out.
For Zygon. Wait, you have the heads though.
We always gotta be different.
Well, I take your pack full of nasty heads.
I was gonna say I can just throw him down, like
Oh, okay.
that's cool.
He's not gonna pull
Alright.
the Anzu and leave us for dead.
We should have somebody up here to teleport to in case of an emergency. I'm not an asshole.
That's true. I like.
Right now. All right.
No, you're
So,
kind of an asshole.
see-
dude, let's be
You
real.
see Chauncey just scooping and stuff. And then it seemingly looks at you as the tentacles begin to kind of wave towards you. And that'll be where we end tonight's session.
Oh boy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, we're not gonna find out what happens for 2 weeks.
Yes, everyone, we're taking Father's Day off. You know, go play D&D with your dad, you know? It's been a dream of mine. I want to do it. Why not?
It'll be a
Or
fun.
celebrate not being about it.
It's like a fun-filled evening.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in 2
also not a
weeks.
fun.
And recap on Wednesday.
Recap on Wednesday over 2 episodes, which shouldn't be
Yeah.
too hard.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, everybody.